be with you today. Privileged and honored because I love to speak to the young audience. You know, a lot of old people like me, cynical, tell youth are useless, youth are hopeless. To all of them I tell that youth are used less and youth are hoped less. And the hope lies, the country's hope lies in each one of you. And when I say this, I say it from my heart, because after retirement, this is the first time I'm coming to such an elite audience. Not that school students are not elite. I have only been confining myself to speaking to schools and colleges on leadership and management. I am doubly happy because the subject is very contemporary, very controversial, and is hitting the news every day. When Amit asked me to speak, I gladly accepted this invitation. And at the end of it, I am 100% certain that I am going to be richer in my knowledge. I am going to be clearer in my thoughts. And then I am going to be dearer in hearts with each one of you. I am not sure what you are going to get at the end of it. If you don't get anything at the end of it, you know what to do and whom to do. My only request to you is, please allow me to disappear from the scene and do whatever you want to do, because I don't want to be an accessory to the fact. He asked me to speak on civil-military relations. You know, all the three terms have their connotation: civil, military, and relations. I am very saddened to come in front of you to speak on this subject. And the reason is, why are we distinguishing between civil and military? Why are we come to a stage where we have to discuss the relations? Do you ever discuss the relations of husband and wife unless there is some problem in there? Do you ever discuss India and Peru relations? I have never seen in paper. But we do discuss Indo-Pak relations, Indo-China relations, and husband and wife relation comes to steep only when there is a problem. So therefore, I presume that there is a problem in civil-military relations. Is that a real problem? Is that a perceived problem? It is for you to judge at the end of this day. Now, having said that, why are we here? The reason 1.5 months has been real fireworks. Two major questions are being asked. First question: has the Indian Army grown too much for its boots? Is it crossing the Lakshman Rekha? Is civilian supremacy being challenged? These are the questions which have been raised in writing, in TV shows. For the first time, that they are ready to do a coup d'etat, a word which I never heard in the last 65 years of independence. First time, Indian Army is being doubted of doing a coup d'etat, which has come in black and white from a renowned journalist. Very serious implications. To all those who say, is the army planning to do a coup d'etat? Is it ready to do a coup d'etat? My answer is, it has already done a coup d'etat. Let me not shock you. Why? The Indian Army is manning the entire Chinese-Pak borders and controlling the entire borders. It is in deep activities whenever internal security is taking place. I will talk about it a little later. Be it famine, nowadays there are no famines, be it earthquakes, be it floods, be it tsunami, the Indian Army is there. Nobody else is there apart from some civilian friends. Police withdraws and army is there at any time of crisis. Now forget about all the crises. When a babe falls into your tube well, army uncle ji aake mujhe bachaiye. Even a babe falling into tube well doesn't believe in anybody else other than the army. But this is the state of affairs. You know, most of our army betis have taken over to Bollywood. Do you know Priyanka Chopra and the others are from the army background? Now, what other takeover you want? Do you mean to say that the army should go and sit in Tenjanpur? Or do you mean to say it should sit in Sabdarjung Road? Or sit in Raisina Hills? Is that the takeover? Army has already taken over. Let people who have any doubt that army is not taken over, army is already taken over. But not in the sense which is being spread. Rumors. Why rumors? Writing and defaming the army. It saddens me, it frustrates me, it disappoints me, but doesn't anger me. Because I know you people are going to come out very soon and set things right. And that's the reason why I come in front of you and talk to you today. Right. Now, having talked about the coup d'etat, let me give you the background. Let's go back to 1947. When India got its independence, everything got divided. The rekas, the boundaries were earmarked, the army also got divided. So what happened to the army? The apolitical British Indian Army became a political Indian National Army. Mark the word apolitical. Only change was from British Indian Army, it became Indian National Army. It continues to be apolitical today, despite best of efforts by people. Contrast this with Pakistan. In my time, when the independence took place, I was born, the army consisted mainly of Punjabis. So the western Punjabis went to Pakistan, the eastern Punjabis came to army. Same stock. And what is the condition today in Pakistan? You better know. You know it better than me. One sentence will suffice the nature of Indian Army and Pakistan Army. You can easily say the Pakistan Army has a state in Pakistan, while Indian state has an Indian Army. That's the difference. And we continue to be in that state, and I can assure you we can never go wrong in it. Is the Indian Army capable of doing the coup d'etat? Yes, it's capable of doing it. Let me not shock you again. But my conditions are, if United States Army can take over US, Indian Army can take over India. Last, let that happen first. Second, if India can beat China in a full-fledged war, India can take over. So till that happens, let us rest assured we are going to be an apolitical, democratic army respecting civilian supremacy. Let not people on the streets have any doubts. Unfortunately, this has been unnecessarily spread to destroy the army. We need to clarify this. Right. Now the next question in the form of leak is a question which is asked, is the Indian Army ready to take its task, both external and internal security? I'm going to talk about it a little more detail little later. So these are the two major questions, and all the other things are silent. Why these things have come up at this time? Is it a new phenomenon? Is General V.K. Singh suddenly become very daring and what should I say? He wants to take over? The answer is positively no. Right. So for that, let me go back to 1947 again, because this background is going to be very useful to you. From 1947 till date, I will give you 4 or 5 operational situations where Indian Army dictated Indian civilian supremacy and their orders without questioning its logic, even though some of them were stupid. First, let me go back to 1948, when Pakistani army in the form of Mujahideen walked into Kashmir, when Kashmir was not part of India. Hari Singh, Maharaja Hari Singh was desperate and signed an instrument of succession and asked for Indian help desperately. Indian army walked in, and then Pakistan army has already occupied a portion which you call it Pakistan occupied Kashmir, POK. Indian army was ready to throw them out and even capture a place called Skardu, which is one of the strategic places in Kashmir. But what happened? Indian government panicked, went to UN, stopped. Result? Despite armies, proper advice, we The civilian government overruled. No, we will go to UN government, we will sort it out. Peace-loving nation. The army said, fine, we will obey the orders. And what are we doing? For the last 40 years, we are chasing terrorists. If we had taken Pakistan in 1948 and got back Kashmir, all these problems would have been solved. Today we are totally quagmired into the whole issue. Whose fault it is? Army or the political? And where did the army cross the Lakshman Rekha? Army obeyed the orders, knowing fully well it's going to harm this country. 48. I go back to 1962. We are not prepared. I was in a place called Bombila in 1962, which is part of Arunachal Pradesh. We were not prepared. We didn't have equipment. We didn't have proper guns. Even for a jersey, we had to take 3 years to get it. Pullover. Pathetic, you can't believe it. But we could go and buy it in Ludhiana for 10 rupees those days. But the army was being supplied it at 75 rupees jersey by the ordnance factories. And they will take 3 years to supply it. Ridiculous. But then army never questioned all this. But 62, what happened? Army said, let us not take any panga with Chinese. Let us not unnecessarily, all your Panchashil, Hindi Chini, bye-bye. After all that, don't go and unnecessarily provoke China. We went and provoked China and we got a bad licking. The army did not make any noise, civilian supremacy. Let's come to 71 ops. Let's come to 65 operations. In 65 operations, there are many instances I don't want to do. I just want to one. We want to this elite audience. That one, we captured Haji Pir Pass, one of the most important pass overlooking the road to the lake. And it also dominates the Uri Bav, if you know the geography. We got it after many attempts. We lost many lives. I don't want to go into the detailed stories. To cut the story short, in 1966 in Tashkent, under the pressure, we handed over Haji Pir Pass. Today we bear the brunt of it. Our convoys are under the eyesight of the Pakistanis. Whenever they want, they can throw stones at you and stop your convoys. And this is 1965. Where did the army question the wisdom of the civilian supremacy in 1965? Never. Knowing fully well we are doing a strategic blunder. But once the army told the military, the civilian, they said no, we have acceded to this. We said fine, we saluted that order and respected that order. Come down to 71. That was a golden period where we won Bangladesh, we established as a nation, we established as an army. Lot of laurels came into our way. And what did we do? We handed over 93,000 prisoners on platter to Pakistan without raising one condition. If we only had kept them for 6 months or little more and then said, start out Kashmir, then we will give all these three. Certainly the families of those 93,000 is not a small number. Today one collector is caught, look at the whole country is in standstill. 93,000 prisoners, Pakistan would have been on fire. The government would have been brought on to knees and to sort out this Kashmir problem. We said no, send them back. Where did the army disobey the civilian order? We did it. And today, we are regretting that Pakistan issue has not been settled. When we were strong, when we were partitioned, we were 5:1 against Pakistan army. Today the ratio is 1:2.5. And today both are nuclear. Where is the